There are a lot of different ways where you can get clients for your business, but in this video, I'm going to show you a very easy way you can start to sign more clients to your business using Claude Code. Now, we've all heard of lead magnets and how that's going to help you increase your conversions and sending things to potential leads and prospects to then eventually become a client. But what if I told you that there's a way to have lead magnets but on steroids? Well, if you use Claude Code the right way, you can now take things to another level with what you're sending to prospects to eventually get them to sign with you. This is what I've been doing recently, and I've been seeing some good results with it. A lot more businesses have been engaging with what I send them and wanting to jump on meetings to discuss, obviously, working together. And it's exactly what you're trying to achieve with, things like Claude Code. So let me show you exactly how I do this and how you can do it as well. I'm going to take you through it step by step so you can understand exactly how you can implement it for yourself. So what you can actually go and do is go and build a landing page using Claude Code to your prospects and people that you want to work with, and build them something that they're actually going to pay attention to. This is what I've been doing, and it's been working really well. So the first thing you're going to have to do is gather the information of the business before you actually prompt Claude Code. Now, what's worked with me is I just go to the Instagram of the business, and in this example, I'm just going to go to my Instagram page. But I've been doing it to all different types of businesses who have an Instagram page and either have a very old, not good looking website or landing page, or people who don't have one at all. They're usually really good opportunities, and that's what I've been trying to do. So go to the Instagram page, which you can see I've got mine up right here. And then the first thing I would usually do is just gather as much information as I can from the page. So two simple things that you can do is, first, you can copy or save the image of their profile picture. Usually if they have their business logo, you can just screenshot that or save the image so you can have that ready to prompt the AI with some of their branding. And another thing I like to do is also just simply capture their Instagram bio like I'm doing right here. Now, there are two very simple things you can get right now. If you want to go a lot more in detail, which I'm not going to go in this video, but a very easy way is go through some of their content, understand what they're doing, their branding, maybe go through some of their captions, and then take that to use as an increased amount of branding that you're giving to the AI so they can better understand the business that you're building this for. But for this example, I'm just going to take the Instagram bio and the profile picture. Now, the second thing you're going to want to do is the information you've now gathered and the screenshots that you've taken, you're going to want to go into Claude's normal AI tool, and you're going to start to paste any relevant screenshots or information in the prompt. So like what I've done here. So as you can see, I've pasted a screenshot of my bio as well as my profile picture, and I've created a prompt something like this. And it doesn't have to be exactly the same, but this is an example. I want to build a landing page for a prospect using Claude Code. Help me create a very effective and efficient prompt that will allow Claude Code to build a beautiful landing page that the prospect will be very interested in paying me to finish the project. I've attached the logo of the company as well as their Instagram bio to give you some information on what services they provide. Look into this and help me create a very effective prompt to build a high quality landing page. So this is an example of a prompt. Of course, if you have more information that you've copied and pasted into the prompt as well, so you can have something like, here is some more information on the business. And then you can go ahead and paste anything else that you found either from an existing website they have or some of their social media platforms. You can obviously play around a lot more with this, but this is a very simple and pretty effective prompt. This one has actually created some really cool landing pages for me. So I'm going to go ahead and press enter, and it's going to start to create a very clear Claude Code prompt. That's going to be very useful and better than what I would have done if I was to just prompt it myself. So you can see here, it's very clearly talking about they want to build a single file HTML landing page for my brand, Ibrahim Halwi, a growth operator, marketing and technology consultant. This should feel dark, premium, and editorial. You can see it's got brand and visual styles with like a clear color palette. Of course, you can change this accordingly depending on the brand or if you have design preferences. It's going to section it specifically into page sections like your hero, services and offer sections, social proof, contact CTA, technical requirements, etc. So it's very clearly laid out this prompt that I can now go and put into Claude Code as well, which I'm going to go and do now. And I've got just a demo folder here. So I'm going to open that up in a new file, in a new folder, ready for us to use as demonstration here. So I've got Claude Code ready and opened, pointing towards this demo folder that I've just did. So I'm going to paste in the prompt. Now I'll put that. And I also want to add one thing to note that I noticed is you don't want it to build in one go. So I put this little important reminder here, build incrementally. Do not attempt to write the entire file in one response, build section by section. Because I noticed when I didn't put this in, it was trying to do it all at once and it was taking far too long because you wanted to do it in one shot essentially. So I put this in and it's helped reduce, I guess, the power and the workload of Claude Code trying to do it all in one go. So I'll just put this in here, which you can add as well. And then, yeah, the prompt is ready to go. I'm gonna also, before I start, I wanna make sure that it's put in plan mode. Make sure when you're first prompting Claude Code, it goes into plan mode first, because it will create a more clearly structured plan, and it will also use less credits when it refers to that plan, rather than having to go through all the information from scratch every single time, similar to what an MD file does. So this is what you want to do first, put it in plan mode, hit enter, and then it will go and do its thing. And once it's finished planning, we'll go through that now. Okay, so now the plan is finished, so you can have a look here. We can review that. It will give you what the context will be. It'll give you the approach. It's going to use a front-end design skill that I've added, which was uploaded by Anthropic. So it's from Claude Code themselves. And we'll show you the build order that it's planned. So it's going to go HTML first, hero section, services section, etc. You can now go back and forth with this if you want to tweak the actual plan it's come up with. So here in the section where it says accept this plan, I can go no keep planning, or I can tell Claude what to do instead. For this example, I'm just going to go yes and auto accept. And now it will actually start building. You can see here it's gone out of plan mode and it's on the edit automatically. You can change the permissions here, but we're not going to get into that in this video. So now it's going to start, you can see it's updating the to-do list, and it's going to start building the first draft of this landing page. So after about a minute or two, Claude Code has now built the first draft. You can see it's selected and completed all the to-do list items. And it says the page is ready. Here's what was built inside the HTML. Now we can go and open this to first have a look at it before we do anything else. So all you have to do is go to the actual folder where you place this. So in the demo, index HTML, we'll open that. And you can see right here, I help business owners make marketing and technology easy to understand. This is obviously based on my bio, and it's built a nice, clean hero section with like a work with me that will take them straight down to book a free call. It's got what we work on, growth strategy, digital systems, content that converts, what clients say. It's obviously going to put some placeholder examples here. And it's going to say ready to grow without the overwhelm, book a free 20-minute call. So nice and simple, clean landing page. Now, of course, you can get a lot more detailed with this. If I wanted to change a lot of different things, I would go back and forth with Claude here. I would say, add this here, make this specifically focused towards this target market. Depending on the business that you're trying to do this for, you should do your research. You should then go back and forth with Claude to figure out the exact type of landing page style you want to show them. But this is just an example of how quickly you can actually come up with a pretty solid first draft of a landing page. Now, the good thing about this, it doesn't have to be a landing page that they're going to use for everything. If you're going to help build a certain step in their funnel and you want just one specific landing page for a certain goal that they're trying to achieve, you can just build that out. If you want to make it as their main website homepage, then you can also cater towards that and build something similar and according to what they need. Now, with Claude Code, it's honestly like there's endless possibilities. You can go back and forth with it and get something as specific as possible to eventually find a sweet spot that will work for the prospect that you're going to send this to. Make sure it's on brand, make sure it's something they're actually going to want. But again, I'm not going to go back and forth with this right now for this example, but you can see here, it's built a pretty solid first draft. What I have been doing personally is I will go back and forth to create a more specific type of page that's a little bit more on brand, certain navigation bars as well, and little things like that. And you can start to talk to Claude as you would, any AI tool. So it's very easy to do that. But the next step you want to do is now you want to take this link, this HTML file and make it publicly accessible for them so you can send them the link when you're sending them a message. Where you have to go is go onto netlify.com, and I'll put the link in the description below so you know exactly where to go to publish this. And you'll just go to your project. So you're going to have to sign up. It's a free account. It allows you to upload for free as well, using just a randomized URL that they'll give you. You go to projects. You can see here, I want to deploy a new project, drag and drop your folder here. So this is what we're going to do. So what we'll do is we'll go back to our Finder. We'll go to this demo folder here. Now make sure the whole folder gets dragged into here, because if you're going to start putting certain images you want on the landing page, the whole folder needs to move into this so the images can also show up when the link goes public. So don't just drag the HTML, drag the whole folder. So in here, I'll just drag demo, and then I'll just drag it into here. It's going to upload literally within like 5 to 10 seconds. It's going to be finished, and there you go. It's going to have the link ready for me. So if I click on that, it's going to open up the actual landing page I've just built in Claude Code. And now you can actually send this link to the prospect, whether it's through DMs, through an email, but you can actually send it to them and they can view it. Because before that, it was only accessible on your device, on your laptop. But now by having this public and ready to go using Netlify, you can now send it to them or anyone else to get a preview of the link. And that way they can now start to interact with it and see what you've built for them. So there you have it. That's a very quick and easy way where you can now build lead magnets on steroids for potential clients. And you're not just giving them a lead magnet, you're giving them a taste of what you can build for them through landing pages. And don't just limit this to landing pages. You can build a lot of different things for them. Certain automation. You can build them maybe a project management software that they can use internally. Honestly, there's so much different potential that you can go into with Claude Code, but I've just found landing pages work really well because it takes me literally like 15 to 20 minutes to do a pretty decent landing page. If I want to be very specific and go back and forth with Claude, it'll probably take me half an hour at most, and I'll have something ready to send to prospects. And if you just compare it to someone who's doing a normal outreach message, as opposed to you who's sending something that they can now visually see and interact with and be, show that it's beneficial for their business, who do you think they're going to reply to? Of course, it's going to be someone like you who's going that extra effort, going to build something for them. It's only going to take you about 15 to 20 minutes. They don't know that. And for them, it's going to look like something that's, really high end and that you've put in a lot of time and effort towards this. So to summarize, you want to gather the information of the business and get any relevant images as well to add to the folder. You want to then take all that information, put it into Claude or ChatGPT and ask it to create a Claude Code prompt for you. Then you take that prompt, make any adjustments that you want, put it into Claude Code, and then get it to start building your landing page. Go back and forth with it to make the tweaks and adjustments that you want to make sure it's something that is, of good quality that you can send to this prospect. Then just go and upload it onto Netlify as I showed you, and that way the link is publicly accessible and you can send it to the person that you want to see this page. So then hopefully they can say that they want to work with you to obviously build this into a proper thing for them that they can go and use for their business, and you can provide your value. So go and try this out. Go and start to use it for anyone that you'd like to work with. And if you would like some help from me for your business to implement the latest marketing and business strategies, utilizing the latest technology tools like I've just shown you here, there'll be a link in the description below where you can apply to work with me, and then we can have a conversation to see where we can plug in the latest technology and AI tools into your business, how we can work together to further scale and grow what you're building. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.